welcome to Voices of Reality. I'm Farron, this is
Elisa.
So today we'll be unpacking Basketball Wives Season 10, Episode 8. So let's get right into it again. It was when is it going to pick up where I could be like, yes. Right now I'm like,
well, I don't think it is.
All right, let's get right into it. Duffy's birthday. She invited girls to Vegas. They're on Vegas. So they hit the safari. Let's get right into that with Jackie and a camel.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
I'm like, Jackie ain't getting no dick. Because if that's what you're doing, she didn't really kiss the camel as much as everybody's like, oh my gosh, she kissed the camel. She was very close to the camel. And there was a gate between them. But if the camel went like this, it would have hit Jackie right in the mouth.
I wouldn't have been. I don't know, slob and stuff like that. I would be disgusted. I wouldn't want no camel slob. Huh?
The camel probably stinks too.
Yeah, I don't want no slob coming on me. I would be no. Mm-mm.
So that's what they talked about. Then they went right into the dinner, where we're talking about that. We're just capping on what was interesting. So at the dinner, Angel decides to confront Nia about the text again, the wedlock text. Now, just texting Nia and these sisters. What do you think? You think they're making a bigger deal about the text, or it should
Absolutely. I think because they don't have a storyline. I just think they're trying to make an Angel. I just think Angel definitely doesn't have a storyline. I think she's trying to make a big deal out of nothing. Like she's trying to make, like, first of all, I would not care who said whatever about my baby shower wedlock food. That's not your girlfriend. That's not your homegirl. You don't even, do y'all really hang out? That's like, who cares? I wouldn't care what anybody thinks about me. It seemed like Angel was fixated on, why are you judging me and my relationship? Who gives a damn? I don't care who's judging me, especially if you're not my people.
Well, Angel feels like because she's insecure about her relationship. If your relationship is good and people talk about it, you don't give a damn. When your relationship is bad and everything someone's saying is a trigger. So again, you know what the rock star did to her, act like he's proposing, did not, gave her how many engagement rings. So that comment turns a trigger. It's like, boom, bitch, you're not married. That's kind of like a reminder of what she's not getting out of the relationship. So I get why that could be a trigger and why she feels the way that she does. I don't like the sisters, Nia and whatever the sister's name is. I don't like them. I didn't like them when they were on the season before when they had the house. They just looking for clout. They're trying to be part of the Basketball Wives group. I just don't like them. I don't even know why they brought them back. They serve no purpose. I don't think she was trying to get a storyline. Maybe, I don't know if she knew when she made that comment on social media if she's going to get the reaction that she got. I don't think so, because they kind of look like, damn, now we're not part of the inner circle. I don't think she did it to get a reaction for that. I think she just did it, and now I think she highly regrets it because she really wants to fit in to that circle of friends.
Mm-hmm. So, I do think they all make it a big deal about it. And it's really not.
They're making a bigger deal about it than they should. Like, if that's my friend and they said something about wedlock food, I would have made a comment. But like Duffy and Brooke are way more upset than Angel is.
Yeah. They trying to have storylines from this storyline. And I do like the question that Malaysia, I think she's the only level-headed person there that really kind of like, and that's what I would do, being like a pseudo psychotherapist. Like, I would have asked Angel, like, are you really mad at what Nia said, or are you mad at the situation? Like, I kind of love that question that she asked, because I would have done the same thing if that was my friend. Like, what are you really mad at? And like you said, she probably is triggered because she is in a like dead end type of relationship. And, you know, out of wedlock, he probably never plans on marrying her. So she probably does feel a way about that. And I'm glad that Malaysia did ask that question.
That's true. And again, if you're in a good, happy relationship, you don't care what anyone says. But you have your own insecure. Angel's insecure. Based on her face and her body, you know the woman got insecurities. Based on just that. You can tell she's very insecure. So anything negatively said about her marriage, her relationship, she's going to go off and feel the type of way. But her feeling upset about it would make more sense then Duffy and Brooke, like, get it together. Like, my energy is what my friend's energy is. If my friend's not really that upset, why am I making such a big deal? Angel seems like she's like, all right. I don't think she's as upset as Duffy and Brooke are about the whole thing.
Yeah, I just think they're just ready to pounce. Like, I just think, like I said, I always like think it's that bully mentality in a lot of these housewives and basketball wives shows. Like, I just think that they are ready to pounce on someone who shows like a little vulnerability. The new, like, I know they're not new, but they're newer than a lot of the other, and they're younger. So I just think like they're using that as an opportunity to kind of like get a storyline.
Well, I like them girls. So I don't like it. I don't like them. I don't care what they're doing to them because they look like they're trying too hard to fit in. That's what I don't like. I feel like they're really trying hard to be liked and fit in. And I think, again, she sent the text not knowing, not the text put that post up, not knowing it would have been that bad of a reaction. Like, oh, shit, I posted that. I didn't know they were going to get that mad about it. So I don't think she did it because she wanted conflict between them. So she did something, realized like, oh, I really messed up. So whatever. Then the dinner, then Duffy gets involved in it. Duffy gets mad at Nia because Nia mentioned, well, why did he have to get Rockstar involved? Which I kind of understood because when she's like, I'm gonna get Rockstar, I'm like, why are you getting Rockstar involved in this mess? So it was kind of like, it's a situation that happened between us as women. Why would you get her husband involved? And here I am arguing with the man.
And it's his, you know, even though it's, you know, Angel's baby shower, it's still his baby shower too. Like, come on, like, why are you bothering this man?
Correct. And he's a bitch, so that's what they called him.
Yeah, I just think they wanted to start something. Like, they was hoping, like, I mean, they did kick the girl out, but I just think they wanted it to snowball and they wanted to involve themselves. Brooke too. Like, I just think that they trying to involve themselves to make a storyline out of nothing, to make it to substantiate their existence.
So here goes Duffy and Nia arguing back and forth about this. Then there was a scene with British meeting French Montana with Duffy. Duffy was trying to hook up British with French Montana. It looked like he was not even interested at all. Yeah. And he basically said he'll do a record with Duffy, which we haven't heard anything yet, but that's what he said. He will do a record with her.
Yeah, I think that was a part of the script or whatever. And then she's supposedly like, oh, she's like, this is my last show. This is my last, like, I know she didn't have no intentions of ever quitting DJing. Like, girl, stop. So she was trying to make, you know, production out of, this is my last show. Yeah, and I want him. Yeah, and then she's like, oh, he really wants to make a record. That's how she ended it, by telling us that he could, because he did eventually say yes. But she's like, he wants to do a record with me. Like, she's so happy. No, you want to do a record with him. Like, he does not want to do a record with you.
But he agreed. So at least he agreed to that.
Well, yeah, I think he did it for the camera in the moment, but I don't think he wants to do it.
I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard her promote anything. So Duffy disinvites the sisters to the club. I agree. Why? I wouldn't invite them either. We just had a big argument a couple of hours ago. This is my night. It's my party. I don't want you bitches here. I don't want any negative energy. I
think she's still trying to make a moment out of it. I think Duffy is trying to make a moment out of it. I wouldn't care if they come. It's like they're part of the show. Like, you know, it's your thing. They're not gonna come there and start throwing chairs and ruin it the night. They're not doing that. So I would have let them come.
I would have. I think right now when there's certain things happening and you disinvite people, it's kind of like you're not part of our group. That's like high school stuff. Like, you can't sit with us. One, it makes them feel stupid because they traveled all over there. They're waiting to go to the club. And depending if they're getting paid per episode, per scene, that might even be a paycheck. We don't know. Like, I don't know how they pay them. But all you know is that is a scene you're not going to be part of. So that, I think once they tell them they can't go somewhere, it does affect them. Because, this is my moment to get cute, be on camera, meet some ballers, and then now you're not coming to the club. Like, so I think her way was getting back at them, bitch, you're not coming. You're not going to get the VIP treatment. You're not going to be part of the in crowd. You're not going to be part of the club life. So I would be mad too. You drove over there or flew over there in a private jet to go to the club for Duffy. And now she's telling you can't come.
I don't know. If I was the girl, I would have did like a Kenya. I would have still went to the club. So, and don't forget to watch our next episode. We'll be talking about that Housewives of Atlanta.
So,
But yes, I would have did it Kenya.
Yeah, but my whole thing is Duffy don't own the damn club. It wasn't like a private party, so it was at a club. They could have went if they wanted to.
That's what I'm saying. I would have did it Kenya and popped up and still been a part of the scene. You ain't gonna tell me and my sister can't go.
True. So that's what I'm saying. They could have just gone in the club and been somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they didn't go. They listened to Duffy Chicken, and it's two of them. I'm like, you guys are sisters, two against whatever amount that's there. But
yeah, the other sisters being too quiet. I'll be forgetting that they're sisters. The sister be quiet a lot. Like, I don't understand.
Towards the end, she got some balls, but I'm like, people coming at your sister, and you just like,
yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. It's all about the in crowd because she's like, well, they own my sister in the in crowd, but they like me. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
So I could tell if one of them, either one, like, yo, if you could get in with them, I could get in with them. We're good. Like, because I don't understand how you have somebody going at your sister at the table and you're not really saying anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to fight. So
yeah,
I'm like, it's 2 for 1. It's not even worth having a sister if that's how she's acting.
Mm-hmm.
So Jackie the next day shares with the girls that she's having problems with her husband. Not having problems, but she's feeling type of way because he's now coaching and he's not around as much. Blah, blah, blah. That's expected. Your husband's not around. You're going to miss him. You're going to want to be around him. She's thinking about whether or not she should move wherever he is, where he's actually coaching.
I need to hear from Doug. I want to hear how he feels about her, like being on his coattail and stuff, or being on, his heels every time he goes away. Because I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like people be trying to make these marriages more than like they make it sound like a fairy tale. Like, I need to hear from Doug. Do they really does he want, like, is he trying to convince her to come? But is it just her? Like, I want to know, is he okay with her being separated? She seems to be having a problem. What does he have? Does he have a problem?
He wants her there. Well,
yeah. I don't hear him talking about, Doug is trying to convince me to give him a podcast. He wants me here. He keeps telling me he misses me. It seems to be she's the only one having a problem. That was my husband. I don't know. I need to dig deeper. I feel like Doug is good where he's at without her.
Well, I don't know about it. That could be the case, but he's the coach, so he has a pretty busy life. So he might not even care that Jackie's there. Like, I don't have time. Jackie might go over there. He still don't have time for you.
That's what I'm saying. But what is he saying? Like, is he telling her, like, stay back? Like, listen, this ain't a good time to come. Like, I'm gonna be busy. Like, we can't be together like that. Why are you coming? No, babe, stay with your podcast. Or is he saying, listen, come because I want to see you at night? She makes their marriage seem like it is the perfect marriage. I don't know about that.
I think now at this point, she's kind of like opening up more about the women. I think they do love each other, have a good relationship, but he probably trying to get away from Jackie.
That's what I'm saying. We need to hear from Doug. I want to hear some conversations when she's talking to him and when she tells him, listen, I might just give him my podcast, give him my life, and I'm going to be on your heels. I want to see his natural reaction so I can get my Cleo vibes going and see if he really is like, really wants her to come or really wants her to stay back. Because he's a nice guy. He is a nice guy. I give that to him. So a lot of these nice guys, they're gonna give in, even if he didn't want her to come, he still might give in. But I want to see the vibe.
Hear it. Yeah. So she want to go over there and give up whatever. I don't even know what the hell Jackie got over there in LA. The podcast. Can't you do the podcast anywhere?
Oh, well, her movie career. She's gonna be like Halle Berry. That's in the next episode.
No, she doing bootleg movies.
Grammy, and she asked the prophet or psychic, whatever the lady was, if she's going to be the next Halle Berry. And the prophet, the witch, or whatever she has said, yes.
Okay, well, I didn't see that. So the next one was Malaysia and Brandi. When Malaysia apologized to Brandi as far as, not being there for her as a friend when her dad passed, blah, blah, blah.
See, that's a real friend. I like that Malaysia did that because I don't think Malaysia was wrong, but Malaysia gave her that apology. And like I said, that's the same thing that we were talking about before when you value a friend.
No, Malaysia was wrong. What do you mean Malaysia? Malaysia was wrong.
I don't think she was wrong. For what?
Not contacting Brandi.
When she didn't know that her father died? She didn't know.
After later on in further future episodes, she said, I knew, but I didn't know how to contact you then. I didn't know what to say. how to say it. So when you go back, Malaysia's like, oh, I didn't know. But later on in other episodes, she admitted she heard about it, but didn't contact Brandi because she didn't know how to talk to her about it, what to say. So when I watched the future episode, we'll talk about this episode now, but upcoming episode when she said that to Brandi, how come that wasn't a trigger for Brandi? And I know I didn't miss that. Malaysia said it. So why didn't
I need to go back to that to see how did she know? Like, I don't know. I need to see, did she, because when her reaction seemed genuine when she told Brandi initially when the first episode began, and she's like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know.
Exactly. So later on in other episodes, Malaysia said, I found out later and I didn't know how to contact. I didn't know
but if we're not speaking, if we got some other issues, I don't know. If I plan on me and you are not speaking, I don't know if I would call either.
So with the whole Brandi in Malaysia, Brandi's dad passing, let's say she didn't know right away when it happened, but you knew a year from then, 2 years, whenever it happened, you knew it happened. And you didn't.
Okay, but we got beef and we're not speaking and we're not friends anymore. I don't know.
That's different because they didn't have that big beef. They just stopped talking, stopped engaging, and stuff like that.
But we don't know. No, we don't know.
I had a friend that I had a fallout with, probably more major than their situation. I found out through another mutual friend, her grandmother passed away. Her grandmother with her was like her mother. I sent her a text. Hey, I'm so sorry to hear about your grandmother's passing. I know we're not talking right now, but if you ever need to talk, please contact me. I'm here for you during this difficult time. She called me back. That's how we started back talking when her grandmother passed away.
Oh, my friend, the same situation happened to me, and the girl called me, and I was not having it. I basically almost cursed her out.
Yeah, but I wouldn't call her. That when I found out about my best friend at the time, grandmother's passing, I didn't call her. Because again, you don't know what emotions people are going through after losing someone. You calling, you haven't talked to them, you had a bad fallout, you never even spoke for like 2 years. But a text is different. And I had another friend, she and I had a fallout, and I'm a good friend. The fallouts were not my part. She found out my best friend passed away and reached me on Facebook. Oh, and this was months after my best friend passed. You know, like, oh, I'm so sorry. I heard about your best friend's passing. How you're doing. Eventually, that led us back to talking because we all went to the same.
But you don't know. It's just like the situation with me and when my grandmother passed, and like I said, my girlfriend called me, and I wasn't having it.
To me, calling someone.
Well, okay, what I'm saying, I know, but it's the same. When I'm saying it's the same thing, like as far as calling, texting, whether she called a text, me as the person on the receiving end of it, when my grandmother passed away and she called me, I cursed her out for calling me, and my grandmother passed away. I'm like, because she kept. And I think it was the way she did it. Maybe it was because, like, why are you calling me now? Like you said, I know I'm a good friend, so I know us not speaking was her fault. But don't call me like you calling me because my grandmother passed away. Like we wasn't speaking, and I was more so upset because she kept saying, "Why didn't you tell me?" Like, why would I tell you if my grandmother? If you heard through something, like, stop making it about you again. Like, so that's what I was more. Yeah, that was what was more upsetting to me is you're calling me, telling me why I didn't call you about my grandmother when we're not friends. Now you switched it up and then the conversation went totally left.
So wait a minute. Was she close with your grandmother?
Yeah, she worked in the hospital. She was like my best friend I knew since the 5th grade. That's the one I was talking about with my godkids. Like, so we had got into it, but she took care of my grandmother because she worked in the hospital too with my mother. We knew each other since the 5th grade. So yeah, but so my thing was why, but if we're not speaking, it's just like with the Brandi situation and her father passed away. She's not gonna get on the phone and call Brandi if we're not speaking.
Calling on the phone is not the move because you don't know how that person gonna act. You could have sent flowers, say my condolences. I'm thinking about you during this difficult time. I'm praying for you and your family. I know we're not talking now, but I'm thinking about you, especially if someone you had a connection with. Now, if my family died and you call me, somebody I know you don't know, you're not cool with, you call me and I'm like, bitch, why you calling me? You don't even know my aunt. Like,
yeah, I wish she would have did it like how you said with the text and really giving your condolences instead of saying because that's where it turned left. Why didn't I call you to tell you my grandma? Like, we're not friends. Why would I call you? And not only that, just say sorry. Just give your condolences and hang up. And then maybe I would accept it a little bit more. But it did go left because she did it. Like you said, she called me up and made it about her. So that was what was the effed up part about it. But with Malaysia, I don't know. It would depend on, like, why aren't they speaking? Like, we still don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know the side. We heard about it with Malaysia saying that Brandi felt some kind of way or whatever, and that's why they stopped speaking. But we still really don't know why weren't they speaking when Brandi's father died. Why? It would depend on the reason on if I would call my friend. I don't know.
But Malaysia was wrong, because when someone passes away and a friend or ex-friend reaches out, that lets you know how much they value the friendship, that they're still willing to reach out during that time because they know you're in pain, especially if it's someone they also knew. Like Brandi was like, oh, you were cool with my dad. You knew my dad. They were friends where Brandi was cool with her father. So you're saying my dad passed away and that didn't affect you in no type of way?
But I don't know what was the reason they stopped. It would depend on the way. Like, what if she slept with her husband? What if Malaysia slept with her husband or something? Like, are you going to call your friend?
That's not what happened. Somebody said my husband, I don't give a damn who died. Don't call me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It would depend on if it's something petty as to why we're not speaking, then yes. But we don't know why Malaysia and Brandi stopped speaking.
It's not that big of a deal. That she didn't sleep with her husband, she didn't steal her money, she didn't try to be her kid.
We don't know. We don't know the circumstances yet.
You think Malaysia would have kept that a secret, or Brandi? If I don't think they would have made up that
true. I'm just trying to say that we really don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think they would have made up that fast. It was something so severe. You stabbed my man, you stole my money, you beat up my kid, you did this. No, they were some stupid, petty nonsense. And they stopped talking. They drifted away. Like Malaysia was saying in other episodes, she was going through her thing. And and I get it. Like, and we could touch base on that episode, but sometimes you're going through some things you don't want to tell your friend. You're in depression. You don't want them to know you're in depression. You're embarrassed. Things are going better for them than maybe for you at that particular time, and you don't feel like you want to drain them in your situation. So you drift away a little bit, and you doing your thing. Then you feel like, oh, what's up with her? She ain't talking to me. And you're going through depression and other serious issues in your life that you didn't relate to your friend.
True.
So, and you kind of just grow apart where you're not calling each other every day. Or she call you, text, I call you back, you don't. And I think that's what happened with them. It wasn't something so serious to where they even almost fought about it a couple episodes ago. So I don't think it was just stupid things. But again, Malaysia was wrong for not calling her about her dad's passing, which later on in episodes, she did apologize for that and explain why she didn't do it. So I would have forgave them. I think they had a great friendship when they, not in this episode, but other episodes.
But I just don't like how Brandi's not taking any responsibility either. Like they stopped speaking for some reason. I need to know. We need to get to the roots of. I get your father passed away. That happened during the time they were speaking. We need to get to the roots of the problem so it doesn't happen again. That's how I am. Like, the father passing away was in the midst of them not speaking. We need to figure out why the hell we weren't speaking and fix that problem.
Well, maybe later on in the season, they'll talk about it. But again, we only heard what Malaysia said about Brandi not talking to her because she's no longer with the show. That might not even be the reason.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the part. That's why I said I feel like Malaysia's being the bigger person, because you're coming at me about your father passing away. Okay, I'm saying sorry. Like, we got over that. But like you said, maybe it is going to come later, because I guess it's one thing at a time. Let's tackle one thing at a time. Like, and the father, of course, that's more important. Like, your father passed away. Let's get past this issue.
And although Malaysia said the reason they're not talking is because Brandi was mad she was no longer on the show, that might not even be the situation. Malaysia could be at fault. We don't know. That's what Malaysia said. Yeah. We don't know. If Brandi tells her side of the story, could be like, yeah, Malaysia's wrong. Because if Malaysia's willing to apologize and say all the things she did wrong, maybe she was at fault for the fallout of the friendship. We don't know. We don't know. We just heard what Malaysia said. Brandi never said what happened.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Let me see. Then we get to Duffy saying she's not gonna quit DJing. We already knew that was gonna happen.
I know.
And an argument erupts in the kitchen in the rental home.
Again, them being a whole big like they was doing. I think Duffy and them were doing way too much.
So it was again a conversation as far as why they didn't go to the club. The other sister that normally don't talk, I don't know her name. She jumped in. Duffy called them the Tia and Tamara. I thought that was kind of funny. And in the midst of them arguing, it looks like, well, not looks like it did happen. Duffy threw a plate at one of the twins. The twin was gonna throw something, she didn't. Then Brooke out of nowhere throws water on one of the sisters, and all hell breaks loose to the point where one of the sisters throws a bottle that hits Brandi in the head. And that's how the episode ended, with Brandi like, oh my God. And I'm like, bitch, with all that hair you got in your head, you're good. You're fine. You don't have no
exactly. It wasn't like,
you
she didn't crank it over your head.
on that head.
Yeah.
So that was the end of the episode. Them arguing, them fighting over stupidness. Brooke getting involved, which had nothing to do with you. I don't like Brooke.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I just think she's inserting herself to make us to substantiate her existence.
Yeah, why she there? I don't know why the hell she's there. She's the one that has probably the least storyline. I have no interest in that woman whatsoever. So she threw the water. They started trying to fight. Of course, security comes, and then Brandi gets hit with the bottle, and that was the end of that episode. Again, that little bit of 2 seconds drama was not even worth the whole episode to me. It'd be like, oh, let me see what happened. They made a whole big to do with the upcoming video when the ambulance come and everything else. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Nothing's wrong with that woman with bundles on her head.
I know, exactly. Did the bottle even break? Like, did it break on her head?
Did the bottle of it really hit her head or got near her head? Like, this is what
I'm saying. They just this is like a scene from like a terrible movie. Like this is terrible. Like the production of it. Like they trying to make something out of nothing.
Yeah. So that was basically it until the next episode.
Yeah, and we'll get into that in our next episode.
So continue to watch, subscribe, like, and comment. Although we're not too happy with Basketball Wives this season, we will continue to watch because I know you guys want to hear our commentary. We'll promise we'll watch it to the end, but just continue to comment, like, and subscribe.
Down below, yes. And thank you for your views and your subscriptions and support. We appreciate it. And we look at every comment and we respond and reply. So give us your opinions and what your view is on things.
Bye.
Toodles.